They've been a wealth of knowledge and such a great resource to me personally, as well as to our agency.
Experience, they've been wonderful. Our math teacher is fabulous. Students and the parents respond to him very positively. Popular and well respected by his peers and by the parents and the staff. We've had wonderful relationships.
They have been an impactful part of our community. They have single-handedly changed our students' learning and education into an engaging forum of knowledge, activity, a beautiful nurturance of our students' souls. Ms. Badana is our science teacher for grades K through 5. In that role, she brings a plethora of knowledge base, educational fortitude that impacts our students in getting high scores every year on a state grade 4 science exam. Going into her classroom, you are given a show of just what she knows with the activities, the exploration, the students being engaged in hands-on interaction that support their growth as critical thinkers, as learners, and as citizens of our great country. Mr. Vertiflor is our man around town. He does music, he does math, he does engineering, he does technology. He is our go-to person for everything we choose to do within this school. As a choir teacher, as a keyboardist, as a person who's just a jack of all trades, we're lucky to have both of them on our team.
In 2004, 2005, I had the opportunity to hire international teachers for math and science from the Philippines. So I had one teacher, Mr. Ramel Benaventura, and we just called him Ram. And from there, we built a cadre of teachers with like minds and beliefs. And the whole purpose was to change the culture of the school. Our school was going through a lot of transitions. The children didn't necessarily like themselves. And when our teachers who came from the Philippines, with their loving, touching ways, were able to quiet down the children, and they learned to listen. So I found out I had a beautiful choir. They had beautiful voices. We had wonderful seasonal shows where the staff sang, and it also toned down our staff and how we appreciate children. One of my best moments, it's my favorite yearbook, by the way, because everybody's in this yearbook. We were able to actually move our mathematics scores and science scores that year because all of our international teachers taught math or science. And they taught it through song. And the children, I'll never forget, as the children sang their angles, and they remembered it. And on the state tests, I could see the kids sitting in the room mimicking the songs as they were taking the test. So that there's a great contribution. I know Mr. Respicio and myself have planned to open up a general store in the Philippines when we retire. So that's how great a relationship that we have. So I highly recommend International Teachers, and it changes the culture for everyone. I now have, as of today, 2017, we still have our Philippine influence as well as students now attending our school, which we didn't in 2005. So it was a great experience of sharing like minds, and we learned to share best practices and better practices that our teachers brought from the Philippines. So I thank them all. Thank you.
I found each one of these ladies to be dedicated to meeting the individual needs of their students and focused on helping each one of them reach their fullest potential. I found these ladies to be collegial in their relationships with their colleagues and working toward meeting the goals of the school. Each one of these fine educators also supported me, and I could count on them to share with me insights and information and honest feedback that's so important for running an effective school. These girls could also know how to bring the fun when that was required. They did a great job and were eagerly participants in each of the events that we held for the school, such as the haunted house at Halloween or helping to make candy at my house for Christmas. I'm only sorry that I didn't have an opportunity to hire more Filipino educators. Many thanks.
We've had them as teachers, as directors, as teachers' aide. They always work well. They come to work on time. They're willing to go beyond their job description. And we've had a very, very nice relationship. Excellent workers. If you have any, we need Filipino teachers now, send me some. I had the privilege of working with all the Filipino teachers. They're truly amazing. They're the best teacher at PS 140. They work so hard doing their job beyond the call of duty. They open and close the school. The fact that they come the earliest and leave the latest. They are adorable, friendly, and generous, not just with material things, but with their time and teaching strategy. I love them very much.
She has always been the consummate professional educator who has had the best interests of our students at heart. She is hardworking and consistently goes above and beyond to provide assistance to our students in the classroom, as well as provide assistance to them one-on-one as extra help is needed. Dr. Ray is a scholar who conducts research to explore innovative processes to facilitate our students in becoming efficient readers, which has led to her receiving several grants. In addition to her extensive publications, Dr. Ray has presented at numerous national and international conferences. She has received many honors and recognition as a positive individual who is highly respected by her colleagues and her students.
I've had the opportunity to work with many different Filipino educators. And one thing I can say about all of these people is that they're very compassionate, dedicated, and patient. They're willing to help you and help the students whenever necessary, and it's always a great experience getting to work with people like Gina.
Gift for us to have a lot of teachers from the Philippines in our school, because not only they bring new ideas, I think that Ms. Cajigas is extremely knowledgeable. The kids respect her so much. Her techniques teaching and what she has been able to give to the kids are something that the students have been able to understand and take that into their daily work, into their exams, into the garden, and every single activity that they do in their classes, and do it well. So that is the reflection of the good teaching techniques that she has. I've learned a lot.
Mr. Castro is a very motivated and optimistic young man. His enthusiasm is evident when he's working with teachers, when he's working with students and the administrators in the building. He's always a pleasure to see. The student did well on the test, and it was probably because of the way Mr. Castro easily led her through the question and the completion of the test. Mr. Castro displays excellent work ethics. He works hard, stays late, and he keeps a good attitude towards work, and I'm so grateful to have him to be a part of the Northampton County Public School Division.
Filipino teachers can kind of be like fun in some of their lessons.
They're just like all the other teachers but Filipino.
Take advantage of Filipino teachers because not many Filipino teachers come to USA and to teach us. We should be grateful that we have Filipino teachers.
I can kind of relate to them because I'm also Filipino. I like Ram's accent. It reminds me of my Lola.
He was probably one of the funniest teachers I've had. Not only funniest, but also the most creative. He would make math really fun, and I hate math. I don't even picture math ever being fun. But he found a way with like games and competitions. Not was I also enjoying math, but I was learning at the same time, and this is one of my favorite math teachers of all time.
We Ernesto Palmolaco. He's the best teacher. He's teaching me very well. I like studying with him. Thank you.
You always make sure that you are okay in the class and you are doing all the work that you are supposed to do. Also, he's a really good advisor, and because he's really a good listener too. He will listen to all your problems. He's ready to listen to your problems all the time, and he will try his best to give you the solution and that is best for you. He like a friend to help you and wants to see them succeed. Therefore, he works really hard and always ready to help the students.
He's been there for me, he's been kind to me, and also he's been kind to other students. He's been added to my family as well. He's always here for us, and he even have such a close relationship with my mother to the point where they could talk on the phone and ask each other questions and stuff like that, like things that teachers wouldn't usually do with other parents. And I am honored to actually have him as my teacher and also as my mentor. He has helped me so much that a Filipino can have on an American student, and I'm once again honored to be his student.
There's one type of teacher that stood out the most, and that is the Filipino teachers. This is because Filipino teachers have always had that flair, passion, burning desire in their hearts to teach children and get them to learn a subject. In fact, I had two Filipino teachers in my high school years. Mr. Bakey was always dutiful and straight to the point. At the beginning of the classes, he would jump straight in and begin teaching the class. Mr. Dulce, on the other hand, was more relaxed and would start off by talking to some of the students and get settled in. He would also joke around with the students and discuss different topics to students of my generation. Also, take my dear mother as an example. She is a Filipino teacher and also an AFTA awardee. She has that passion and flair within her that causes students to love her. Even her past students that are in the same classes as I am to ask her about her and to greet her when they see her. She loved to make the students understand the topic and to thoroughly study. She would break down difficult and complex topics into something easier to understand and mentally digest. She would also toss in a few offhand Filipino comparisons to mix it up a bit during discussion. Things like that are what make Filipino teachers unique and quite memorable.
And our physical education teacher is Mr. Winston Narvaez. He has been rather a gigantic help to all of us students, either when it comes to academic or personal problems. He personally, for me, I have had many fallouts during school, and he has helped me get back on my feet. He's always been a great motivation starter. He always tells us to try our best no matter what we're struggling in, and it's just great having him here.
And he is a great teacher whose classes contain a lot of education mixed in with a bunch of physical activity that pushes his students, and it's a very engaging class, and it was a very beneficial class for me because it taught me to push myself. Also, out of the classroom, he was very influential with me and helped me through a couple hard times, and he's a great teacher and a great mentor.
Dr. Henson has been a very good inspiration and a guide, guiding me to where I need to go to achieve the goals that I have.
Very easy to work with. She works with us, understanding. But my fears went away the day that I met Dr. Henson. I knew right there and then that I was right where I was supposed to be. She truly brings out the best of me. She has motivated me to keep going and not give up on my dreams. She's a godly woman with faith and passion in what she does. Is an incredible educator, my true inspiration. She truly makes a difference at Texas Southmost College.
The amount of dedication and the high level of excellence that Dr. Modesto poured into every single one of my classes was an experience unlike no other. She provided such a diverse learning environment that it allowed me to embrace all avenues of learning. She instilled in me a belief that every single one of my future students deserved a highly competent, highly qualified teacher that was seeking the best interest of every single one of them. For this, I am standing here today to tell you that Dr. Modesto is the reason why I am the teacher I am. Dr. Modesto, thank you for all you did. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for showing me that there are teachers that care and that we are willing to make sure that the students that we have succeed in everything that they do. I congratulate you from the bottom of my heart. And I pray that you have success in everything that you do. Thank you so much for being the teacher that I am going to be.